Bah, 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 bah. It's the sound coming out. Hello, hello, hello everyone. Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel, and today I'm going to be doing a live review of the new track from Must Die, Don't Even Bother. Here we have the second single release of 2020 from none other than Lee Bates, aka Must Die, a quick follow-up to Nerve Damage, which was put out just at the end of March, which I also live reviewed. And so just as much as those lone singles have become a fixture in his recent discography, so have live reviews of those tunes, and so here we are again. I do find it interesting, I can't lie, what he's doing here. This is the 7th recent standalone single from him. No sign of a project further down the line, and the more that these happen, the more I'm wondering what he's trying to do. I do hope they aren't all part of a massive collection where there's only 1 or 2 new songs when it comes out in full. Would much rather they stay on their own. Regardless, I mean, lest any of that take away from the impact of this new tune, those before it, and those that may come out in the immediate future. Now, for anyone that may not be familiar, a live review is me listening to the music for the first time whilst recording, kinda like a reaction video, but more about the review and response side of it. So I will be pausing the track every now and then to give my thoughts on it while listening, and coming to a couple of concluding thoughts at the end by answering a couple of questions I've already written for myself. But here we go, Must I Don't Even Bother, featuring, may I say, the Pom Poms live review. Let's do it. Oh, hello, 4 minutes, 42 seconds. It's a big one. Okay. Didn't see this coming, I'll tell you that much. Vocal, really nice. Layered over so well. What are we gonna get here? Okay. Interesting. I like the flow of it a lot. Got a good flow to it. That's got a good groove to it as well. Little cheeky vocal samples spliced in. Okay, interesting. Just before we carry on there, just gonna stop it for a brief moment. Just because I think we are nearing the midway point. That really is not what I expected at all in any way. I mean, quite a funky little housey number. Do like the groove of it, and I think it's one of those at the moment that I'm just appreciating for what it is, you know, an experiment and a lighter experiment from him that we don't really get a lot of at the moment from dubstep producers. So it's just a nice thing, I think, in itself as an idea, having that lighter side, that more delicate and I suppose flowery side in a way from a producer who usually does the most, you know, full-on heavy music you can imagine. So yeah, in that way I really like it. As I said, I love the flow of it. I think it's just got a really nice bop and yeah, just a journeying feel, I think, just travelling through the whole thing, if you will. And yeah, it just feels nice. It just, you know, especially again considering what you would expect, you know, something really in your face and dark and heavy and devilish, demonic. It's just a nice little change and a way of flipping your expectations on your head. There are parts of it I'm not massive on, like the percussion. I mean, you're all going to go, oh, of course he doesn't like that again, but yeah, there's something about it that isn't quite thick enough, I think, in the main part of the heaviest part, if you can call it a heavier part. I mean, it is a drop. There's something about it, I think, that just needs a bit more beefiness, if you will, and yeah, just a bit more substance on the backdrop front. But aside from that, I think I'm really liking the vocal as well. I think is layered over the instrumental really well. The progression to the first drop as well just has that little bit more swing and swagger to it as well. Yeah, really kind of gliding along with that vocal sample, kind of, yeah, just chipped in there, really well done, and bit more of a bouncy feel to it, I think. So far, pretty good, main percussion aside. I'm liking the general feel and vibe of it. Let's carry on. All the elements here working together so well. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Fake out. See, you could just do with a bit more. Because, like, the rest of it is a complete bop. This bit, man. Ooh, little breakbeat outro. Oh wow, what a final few seconds there. Blimey. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the same in the second half as with the first half. Midsection was fantastic, you know, starting glitchy and then bringing in more musicality. The vocal, just the layering there was so good. Yeah, really kind of powerful sound overall as a mix and combination of elements. Then just similar stuff with the drop, the heavier part, if you will, in the tune. Yeah, percussion just again not quite beefed up and hitting me enough, but the rest of it is just so, you know, lovely, you know, really good flow. And again, a good bop to it. Once more, also the added flow in the progression to the drop just gives it a bit more of a dancing and kind of gliding feel, I think. Outro was pretty great as well. I liked the old school breakbeat feel and those holy vocal touches at the end. This tune, it does have its drawbacks and they do play a pretty big role in the tune. But I think overall I find myself at the moment really enjoying the difference of it and the unexpected delivery of it. So yeah, it's good. It's one of those where the ideas aren't amazing, but you find yourself enjoying it just because you can imagine he had a great time and a lot of fun putting it together as something very different from what he does usually. Now, just before we go into the aforementioned questions, I'm just going to give the track one more listen through, start to finish, beginning to end. Pretty spot on vocal, you have to say. Builds are so good. Just needs a bit more whack, you know? Ow! Oh, 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 oh. The layering, man. So good. Oh, so well done. These builds, fuck. See, the percussion is different there. A bit more punch, a bit sharper, a bit snappier. Oh, that is so good. That little ending is so good. And now going to move on to the aforementioned questions. First up, what were your favourite parts of the tune? For me, the introduction and midsection for the way they layer, especially with the well-suited vocal, I think, from the pom-poms, creating a really full and warm sound overall. The builds are great as well, don't do too much, and are very effective and get you in the mood well. The progression to each drop has a lovely bop and flow to it, and the outro has some really nice touches in it as well. So, yeah, them's the good stuff. Next up, what were your least favourite parts of the tune? I do like the simplicity of the idea in both main drops. I don't really think it needs to do much more on that front necessarily. However, again, it is about the execution here. I just don't feel compelled to move along with it like I do with the progression to each drop. It's about the percussion once again. And I think that if the idea is going to be that simple, which, you know, as I'm saying, could be very effective on its own as a thing, the percussion really has to hit, and just not sure it does here. And finally, what do you make of the tune overall? There are important drawbacks here for me that stop me from loving it to the full, I would have to say, but on the basis of it being different for him, especially in comparison to what we've got from him, what else we've got from him in the recent past, and it being something I didn't expect at all, I'm enjoying it quite a lot. When weighing up those drawbacks and that thing of difference and newness from him, kind of in the balance at the moment, one of those where I think I'll only know over time the extent to which I really enjoy it or really don't. And so there we have it, my initial thoughts and reaction to the new tune from Must Die and the Pom-Poms, Don't Even Bother. But what did you guys make of Don't Even Bother? Do you have any favourite moments from it yourself? Anything that you would change about it? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell along the way so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video to the channel, and my social media accounts are linked in the description box down below. And if you want to find some other live reviews on the channel, I will link them right here. And lastly, if it's naughty, then you know guys, so be sure, as always, to keep it naughty and stay safe. And I shall see all of you legends in the next one. Must Die, the Pom-Poms, Don't Even Bother, live review. Peace out.